raining. I'm supposed to be watching Law and Order. I'm on here playing with y'all. See what the fuck I look like, see what the fuck going on up here. Damn, I'm fine as fuck. Look at all them teeth, I'm fine as fuck. Gotta put emphasis on fine as fuck. I gotta open my whole mouth, fine. Sexy. Hey man, say man, you already know what the fuck going on. Yeah. I gotta get a, why can I never remember what these shits is called? Y'all remember when I first started YouTube and I was posing and I was like, what that shit be called in the beginning of the video? A screenshot. A lock screen. What no shit's called? What I want it to be. Fuck what it's called. What I wanna do. It's giving Spice Girls. Everybody, every girl, spice up your life. People in the world, spice up your life. Aww. Shake it to the right if you're having a good time. Shake it to the right if you let it feel fine. Shake it to the right. I got a lot of energy. I did not just have this energy until I just like push record. That's crazy as fuck. I didn't have no energy coming here. I really didn't want to do a video. I wanted to do a video, but I was just like, I'm sleepy and it's raining and I want to be watching Law and Order. Or now I might watch Spice World. I love Spice Girls. Do y'all like Spice Girls? Do y'all know who the fuck the Spice Girls are? Some of y'all young, y'all probably don't. I love the Spice Girls. I am back again today with another story time. You did what I'm saying. And this story time, it was actually just suggested by one of my subscribers. You see how quick I got on that shit? Like, they just, why am I bitch over here like, slap, yeah. No. One of my subscribers dead just commented on my most recent video and was like, do you have any paranormal stories? Because like, I want to hear some spooky shit. And I said, hell yeah, like let me dig deep into my memory that I barely have anymore, because you know, just years of fucking depression shit and ate away at my goddamn membranes. But I said, hell yeah. So I dug deep in that bitch. I was like, brain blast on my fucking Jimmy Neutron shit. I said, yeah, I'm having a vision. That's so Raven. Nah, real shit. One of my subscribers actually said, like, if you got any paranormal like stories, can we hear them? And I said, hell yes. I have this one specific scary fucking story. It may not be scary to y'all, but for me to have been so young, it was scary as fuck to me. You dig what I'm saying? I was scared. First thing first, I just want to say, like, me being a woman that I am now and still like growing into and maturing into the woman that I am, like, and that I'm becoming, I just want to say, I witness a lot of stuff and I feel a lot of stuff and I tell people about these things and people are just very skeptical, but that's okay because that's not going to change the way I feel and the way I think and the shit that I believe in. You dig what I'm saying? And one thing I always notice within like the Black community, a lot of y'all, a lot of us, period, we write shit off as like people having like problems. You dig what I'm saying? And to me, when people say stuff like that, I just be looking at them like, okay, and? Because, like, if they are, and? Like, bitch, the fuck were you trying to fucking slander them or tell them that they're crazy because they may have, like, a certain disorder, you dig what I'm saying? So, with that, I'm basically saying, like, if I'm explaining to somebody who's not too, like, fond of me or somebody who doesn't know like the type of shit I be, because y'all know the type of shit I be on, especially like my close followers. Like I be telling them straight up on my podcast. Every video, I'm not playing with y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all about my podcast every video. Especially my followers on my podcast, they be getting like firsthand shit. Like I'll be like in the middle of a podcast and I'll be telling them like, oh, I see a shadow, or I see a person right now, or I'm seeing shit out my peripheral. And you know, those are like the followers who legit be like, oh girl, I feel you, I be seeing shit too. But you know, there's Black people, it's people within our community who always want to write shit off as, are you sure you're not just schizophrenic? Are you sure you're not just, you have bipolar schizophrenia? Or are you sure you're not just, like, even if that is what that is, Bitch, that's like 80% of us. Black people are very sensitive spiritually. And a lot of us do not know this because a lot of us growing up and even now as adults, we're being basically like fucking brainwashed. And that's so crazy that I'm talking about this. I'm seeing this the fuck I be talking about. Cause like as soon as I seen that some shit. Anyway, y'all, black people are very spiritually sensitive. And this is what I be saying on my podcast when I say that I feel like we all are very fucking powerful beings. Yes, everybody in general. I believe all humans in general are powerful, but especially all those teeth, especially black people. Like I'm not gonna never not say this shit. I feel like all black people have powers. I don't give a fuck what anybody say. Y'all can call me crazy, I don't give a fuck. You can call me schizophrenic, I don't give a fuck. Because when people say that, like, are you saying it to be rude? Like, are you saying it like as slander or to like make somebody feel some type of way? Because I know a lot of schizophrenic people and they cool as fuck. So bitch, you telling me I might be schizophrenic, that's not bothering me. Like, I just be like, probably. No. Like, and it's so crazy to me because do you know like how many of us probably have so many undiagnosed like disorders and issues, and we will never know because one thing about it, two things for sure, black people do not like going to fucking therapists and like psychologists and shit. You dig what I'm saying? So the same motherfuckers pointing fingers like this is what's wrong with you and you don't see spirits, this is just what's wrong with you. Bitch, probably you too, since you want to sit here and point fingers. Anyway, I just had to throw that out there because when I be on my podcast on an app called Station Head and you need Spotify or Apple Music to listen to my podcast, so go on and hop on that. I think all black people are spiritually sensitive. A lot of us, our fucking pineal glands are just fucking blocked because of the bullshit that we eat, the bullshit that we are taught. Fuck, they putting all types of fluoride and poisoning into our fucking waters, our toothpastes, our foods, just fucking us up. You dig what I'm saying? A lot of us are able to tap in. A lot of us have tapped in, and a lot of y'all don't even know that y'all tapped in. Y'all just more so be writing shit off as I'm crazy. You might be, but bitch, me too. He's saying a lot of shit and people just be like, are you sure you just not like insane in the membrane? And I'd be like, no, I am. But because like, what do you want somebody to like feel like low about that? Like when y'all be telling people like it, like, oh, you suffer from depression? Yes, I do. You want me to feel low about that? No, bitch, it made me into the person that I am currently, and I'm going to keep growing and learning from it. I'm never gonna be ashamed of something that's wrong with me mentally or internally. Why would I be ashamed of that? It's just something to learn and grow from, bitch. I'm not gonna be like this for the rest of my goddamn life. Look at me, I'm happy as shit now. Back just like fucking 2 years ago, bitch, I wanted to slit my throat. It's lit now, bitch, let's turn up. In a sense, yes, everybody can sense shit, but I feel like it's just maybe 100% more fucking there when you have melanin. And I'm gonna tell you why, because a lot of the shit that comes to us and a lot of the shit we see, it be our own ancestors. You get what I'm saying? And one thing about me, two things for sure, when people be like, oh, what do you mean you talk to your ancestors? I talk to the motherfuckers. Like, I don't think people understand, like, when I say ancestors, I'm not talking about, well, them too, but I don't think people understand if somebody passes away, they become an ancestor. You get what I'm saying? It's just a word. Like, I'm not legit saying like they was one of my fucking ancestors out in Africa throwing spears and shit at lions. That's not what I'm saying. Necessarily what I'm saying is my cousin just passed away. So my cousin is now an ancestor. Bitch is just a black thing that we say. I say, bitch. Like, it's just a black thing. You dig what I'm saying? Like, but that's what I believe in. I'm not here to fucking force it on you, bitch. I don't give a fuck if you believe in Sky Daddy. That's on you. I love you. I love him. May he continue to bless us all. Because obviously there is a higher power. I just don't believe in that higher power the way that they force us to believe in. You get what I'm saying? Like the fucking Bible and just all this other shit. And if you're gay, you go to hell. If women cut their hair and pierce their ears, they go to hell. If you have sex before marriage, you go to hell. No, all that shit, that's what I really just be like, this shit don't make no sense. Who even said that? Did he tell y'all that directly himself? If he didn't, shut the fuck up. When I be like talking about like ancestors and shit, people be like, well, what do you mean? Like, how do you know them if they're like an ancestor? Because an ancestor can be anybody. Like, even if someone in your family who's younger than you, even if they pass away, that would basically make them an ancestor. It don't matter if I'm 24 and knock on wood, someone in my family who's younger than me, maybe like a 12-year-old passes away, they're an ancestor. You get what I'm saying? Like, and then one thing about me, I think we've all been here before. So there's no telling who's really older than who. But I feel like I'm getting too deep, and a lot of y'all just fucking ignorant. I always tell people age, it does not define shit. I can be 24 years old, right? But spiritually, I feel like I'm old as fuck. You dig what I'm saying? Mentally, I feel like I'm old as fuck. And it's just gonna take a certain amount of people to understand what the fuck I'm saying. And if you don't understand what the fuck I'm saying, then this story time is not for you. Or even if you don't understand what I'm saying and you want to learn more, then go on and sit through this story time. Or if you're just like a doubter and you're a hater and you're just like, no, bitch, when you die, you go rot in the ground. No, ho, when you die, you gonna go rot in the ground. then this story time may not be for you. Get your hating ass off my shit. Anyway, y'all, let me get into this story. My father's side, like my dad's side, his family is from Iowa. My daddy is from Iowa, Des Moines, Victoria Monet. Bitch, I don't fucking know. It'd be maybe 12 when I traveled to Iowa. Just so like mentally just like, y'all ever had that feeling that like, it's so funny because I seen a TikTok like this and I said, oh my God, like so many other people know what the fuck. Y'all ever had this feeling as a child that you were just a child? You was just a child, my nigga. Like, that's the feeling. You were a child one day, right? And then, you know, just next thing you know, you just like living. Y'all get the fuck out y'all. Y'all probably like, that hoe be tripping. I do, but that's okay, because I know what I'm talking about. And whoever relate and whoever is for me, they gonna know what the fuck I'm talking about. You ever just been a kid? Of course, because you're not born a fucking adult. How terrible would that be? You ever just been a kid, right? Just chilling, you probably doing whatever, fucking eating a fucking Happy Meal, you at Chuck E. Cheese, whatever the fuck you doing, right? Playing a video game. And you know, next thing you know, you just like that child shit is just like you're still a child, but like mentally it's like something kicks in. And you just like, no. You get what I'm saying? Like, you ever just, fuck. Okay, imagine being on a roller coaster. And you know, like, the fucking build up, like, that motherfucker right before, like, the climax, right before that fucking drop. That's what it feels like, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, being a kid, that's what the fuck it feel like. It feel like something is building up, right? And this is what I vividly fucking remembered. We had drove to Iowa. I drove with my daddy and my brother. And you know, the entire time, like, driving there to Iowa, my daddy was going back home to see his family. The entire time driving to Iowa, that's what it felt like. It felt like I was, like, on a roller coaster before the big drop, and it was like, you get what I'm saying? And it was like, as soon as I got to Iowa, it was like, that bitch dropped, and it was like, ah! You get what I'm saying? Like, that was the fucking, like, the drop of the fucking ride. Not saying, like, it felt terrible, but it felt like everything kicked in, and I was coming to like realization, like, bitch, you in this bitch. Like, y'all know the memes. You know the memes when it be like, you ever just go stare in the mirror and you be like, damn, I'm really in this bitch. Like, I'm really living. Like, I'm a human. Yeah, that's what the fuck I felt, bro. Like you just like, oh my God. Fuck, let me get into the story time. My daddy is going out to Iowa to see his family. It's me, him, and my older brother. So we going out to Iowa to see his fucking family. I wasn't too close. I'm not too close with my daddy's side. And it's not because like it's something wrong with him. It's just I was always younger whenever he brought me around him. And now that I'm a grown woman, like I always tell y'all, my parents are old. So all my uncles and my aunties on my daddy's side, they're very, like, they're old. And I just be like, I want to see y'all and I want to get to know y'all, but at the same time, like, when the fuck am I ever gonna be in Iowa? Like, what the fuck even is an Iowa? What is Iowa? It don't even sound appealing, nigga. It's not giving what y'all said it was gonna give. And that's how I felt when I got out there. Cold as fuck. I remember it was snowing. It was snow all on the ground, but it wasn't like no crazy snow. Cause I remember my daddy would tell me, like, my daddy still tell me this to this day, how bad snowstorms get in Iowa. And he would be like, you know, when it's snowing in Atlanta, I don't know why y'all be freaking out like that, because it's nothing compared to like Iowa. When it's snowing in Atlanta, we can get like one drop of snow. They shutting everything the fuck down in Atlanta. Say I'm lying. They closing schools, clubs, grocery stores. Ain't nobody on the road in Atlanta when it starts snowing. But in Iowa, my daddy always told me, like, I don't know, y'all be freaking out. Like, y'all be doing too much in Atlanta, because in Iowa, the snow comes up to our knees, and we still going to school. We still going to work. Like, it's just snow. It was snow on the ground, but it wasn't like the way my daddy exaggerated. Like, it wasn't at my knees, but shit, bitch, that shit was like damn near to my ankles. I'm like, damn, y'all niggas fucking mind the goddamn North Pole, bitch. I'm looking for the little polar bear holding the fucking Coca-Cola. Y'all remember them commercials? Y'all probably too young. Y'all remember the commercial, the Coca-Cola commercial with the polar bear and he used to be holding the Coca-Cola? You remember that? Do y'all remember the commercials? It was an iced tea. I think it was like a lemon. Damn, them shits was bussin', bitch. I gotta go find one. Y'all remember them iced teas? Look how happy I'm getting. Little black ass girl, love me some tea. Y'all remember them commercials with the iced tea? And I think it was like a snowman and he would drink it. Y'all know what I'm talking about? If you know what I'm talking about, just comment. Those shits was bussin', man. We got to Iowa. We hopping out. My daddy hugging his family. I'm saying, hey, woo woo, by the dude. Interacting with my cousins a little bit. From what I remember, the house that we were in, I think it was like my great auntie. I think it was like her daughter. It was a couple cousins. It was my daddy and my brother, and it was me. We all sitting down at the table. They just talking, laughing, catching. You know how black families do once they finally get back together after they ain't seen each other in a long time. Y'all know. I ain't gotta fucking explain this shit to y'all. Y'all black. We all, like, the little kids, me and my little cousins. It was 2 girls and the boy. And me. So it was like 4 of us. We all got up, right? And we just started like walking around the house. They showing me their rooms and shit. They showing me this and that and that and this. And you know, I was more so like closer with the girls than I was with the brother because they brother was going and playing with my brother. So they was like, oh, don't worry about him. Like, he's a boy. Boy gonna be boys. You know how like little girls and little kids are as kids. Like showing me around the house. We walking around, we doing shit. I'm touching shit. I'm just looking because I had never seen like no country shit like this in my life. Like, I'm like, this shit country. Like the inside, everything on the inside was just wooden. Country as hell. Everything was just wooden. It really, nothing was really like painted. Like man, fuck, look at your house right now. You can tell like somebody put that bitch together and took their time and painted it and made it look all fucking classy and shit. Fuck no. In that house, it looked like they built that shit themselves. Like, not saying it was raggedy, but it was like an older country ass house. Y'all know what the fuck country homes look like. If you don't, Google it. Not like I explained to y'all when like on the way to Iowa, when I was explaining how it feels like a roller coaster. And then once I got there, it felt like a drop. I was sensitive to everything in that motherfucker. I don't know why. I don't know what it was, but everything just felt like it was touching me. Like walking through the house, I felt like the air was touching me. And that feels so insane because nigga, you can't feel air. You can feel air when the wind blows, but like, bitch, it ain't no wind blowing this motherfucker. I felt like something was just like on me and like walking with me, my nigga. Have y'all ever seen Spirited Away? Have y'all ever seen, if you've never seen Spirited Away, I need you to go watch Spirit. That shit is so beautiful. It's just such an adventurous just masterpiece. It's so fucking adorable, so beautiful, just so calm and relaxing. It's like a little anime movie, but it's so fucking cute. I love Spirited Away. If you've seen Spirited Away, do y'all know No Face from Spirited Away? The spirit that was following, what was her name? Chihiro, whatever the fuck that little girl name was. The spirit, No Face, that kept following the little girl around, that's what it felt like. That sounds so fucking scary, god damn it. I want No Face tattooed on me. That was like my favorite spirit in that movie. Because it was like he was just taking on everything around him. He was becoming his surroundings. Everything that was surrounding him, he was becoming that. So everything he witnessed, everything he saw, he basically turned into that. You dig what I'm saying? But towards the end, like he threw up all that shit and he turned back into himself and he was fucking chilling how he was originally. You know what I'm saying? I want that nigga tattooed on me because I feel like that's me. Like growing up, everything around me, I became that. Like people telling me like, oh, you ain't gonna be shit, you're not shit, you don't look like shit, you ain't hitting no shit. I took all that shit in and it made me start hating myself. And eventually it made everything that No Face was like taking in and eating, it made him so sick, he started to throw it back up. And he also, Chihiro, whatever the fuck, she gave him like this little nugget or something and he ate it and it made him just start like, he was throwing up all over the fucking bathhouse. He was bro, that shit was scary. He was chasing this bitch through the bathhouse and he was just like throwing everything up. And I feel like that's me. Like I felt like the little thing that she gave him, I feel like, this is gonna sound so head ass, but I don't give a fuck because this is why I want him tattooed on me. I feel like the little thing she gave him, that was me with spirituality. Like, I feel like I didn't have shit before I started tapping into all this shit that's inside of me. And once that shit got inside of me, I started throwing up all these fucking things that I took on from other people and just from, like, the outside world itself and just from, like, just, you know, just living life and growing up and, like, hating myself and people telling me, like, you should hate yourself. You're not gonna be shit. You're not gonna amount to shit. I took all that in and it made me just a terrible person. Just like No Face. And then she gave him something. And once she gave him that, he started throwing everything back up. That's me. because I feel like my ancestors, I know y'all in here listening. I feel like y'all gave me some shit, which was spirituality. And once I took that shit in, I started throwing up all these like things that I just like forced upon myself, and everything that I thought about myself, it just made me like throw it all up. And now look at me, beautiful, thriving, rich, successful, loved, divinely guided, divinely blessed, and well dressed. Anyway, that's what the fuck. I basically just went on a rant about Spirited Away because the little girl who got banished into the spirit world, she was being followed around by No Face. And the way No Face would just like be on her fucking back and walking around with her, that's what the fuck it felt like in that house, in that country ass house. You get what I'm saying? Being in that fucking house, I was just like, what in the fuck what is this? Like, it felt like something was just always on me at all times, always around me, always following me. And it was not sinister. Like, it didn't feel demonic. It didn't feel evil. It didn't feel negative. It was just heavy. Y'all know it was houses in Iowa that the Underground Railroad basically like ran through. This house wasn't like a part of the Underground Railroad, but they did have like, they had like a cellar, like a basement. This house wasn't a part of the Underground Railroad. They taught us about safe houses, and they taught us how slaves were able to identify what a safe house was, or what house was a part of the Underground Railroad. Said like they would leave blankets outside on their porch. Correct me if I'm wrong. They would leave blankets outside on their porch, and they would have like a lantern or like some sort of light out on their porch. So like runaway slaves would know like this is a safe house. We can go to them now, help us. You dig what I'm saying? And it's just so crazy to me because like they be listing like what houses and what addresses were a part of the Underground Railroad. But just imagine how many that they still don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because like yes, y'all have them listed, but do you know how many other houses that were probably a part of like the system to like get slaves to freedom and keep them safe that aren't listed? It's so many houses and like so many like different white families that probably help slaves, and we probably don't know till this day. Like this house wasn't a part of the Underground Railroad. He lives in Atlanta. My daddy never saw his family that much, you know, like nobody can just up and be like, I'm gonna drive to Iowa. So while he was out there, he was gonna like enjoy his fucking family. And, you know, me and my brother, like we wasn't grown, but we was old enough to like know better. You know what I'm saying? Like we know, don't open the door for strangers. Don't be playing on the phone. Don't be going in and out the house. Keep the fucking door locked. Don't be in here tearing up shit. Don't be touching shit that ain't yours. You know what I'm saying? My daddy was like, look, I'm gonna go out with your auntie, and then probably gonna maybe like, you know, grab some food from like a diner or something. If y'all get hungry, just warm up some of that stuff they cooked earlier. Don't open this door for nobody. You know my cell phone number, the house phone. Well, he called it a landline. The landline is in there. You know my cell phone number. They left. I said, all right, like, nigga, you told me all that. I'm still gonna be a fucking baby kid. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Me and my cousins get to playing. My brother just doing his own thing. He was like watching fucking Gundam or some shit. Bitch, I don't know, some fucking type of Karate Chop, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I don't fucking know. Him and my boy cousin, they was watching like Teenage Mutant Ninja, whatever the fuck. So, you know, I get to playing with my girl cousins. We playing, we turn it up. We asked my brother, like, can we open the back door so we can go out there and play snow or whatever? And the back was fenced off. Like, the back was fenced off. We opened that back door, and my brother was like, yeah, y'all can play out there, but like, just stay in the fence. And the fence was big as fuck. So like, can't nobody hop over it. Can't nobody look over and see like a bunch of little girls. They'll probably hear us, but they're not gonna make it over that big ass fence. Bitch, I get tired, right? And I start running out of breath. My lungs cold as shit. Finna get frostbite internally. I said, I gotta go inside. Shit burn, nigga. So I went inside. I chilled for a little bit. And I came back out. And one of my girl cousins was still out there, like, just running around. And I'm like, where's the other one? So I asked her, I said, where's your sister? And she said she went inside to use the bathroom. I said, okay. So I went back. Remember, I was talking to my brother. That's all I remember. I was talking to my brother. The way that this house was built, it was stairs leading up to everybody's bedroom. And like the door that led to those stairs, I need y'all to picture this. You can see the stairs that lead upstairs to the bedrooms. You can see it from this door that the couch was near. So my brother on the couch with my boy cousin, they watching fucking whatever. And I'm talking to my brother and I'm just like turned up, I'm piped up. I'm like, hey, crank that song on, bitch, I'm turned up, right? And my brother, like, in the midst of me talking, my brother like look around me. Oh fuck, I'm getting chills. Okay, In the midst of me just doing all types of just dumb little kid shit, my brother looks around me and he's looking at the steps that lead upstairs to the bedrooms and shit. And like, I'm like tapping him. I'm like, are you listening to me? Like, what the fuck, nigga? Don't fucking look around me. Look at me when I'm talking to you. Like, he's just like zoned the fuck out. And he's just like this. He ain't saying shit, but he's just looking. And even my boy cousin is doing the same thing. He's like looking around my brother, looking at the steps as well. So I finally shut the fuck up. And I turn, oh fuck. And like going up the steps, it's like someone's waist and below. Oh shit, okay, calm down. The way that the steps cut off, like once the steps go up, it's kind of like, it's like man, fuck, if I could just explain this house to y'all, y'all would be like, okay, I get what you're saying. So it's the door and then the couch. And then the way that the couch was, you can look this way, like this is the TV. Imagine me sitting on this couch, I'm watching TV. I can look and I will see the steps going, like ascending up to the bedrooms. But it's like a little bit of wall that drops. So once you go all the way up the steps, the wall kind of blocks you out, right? So when I turn, what I see is someone's weight, and this was not the girl cousin, because whoever's waist and legs these were, it was a grown fucking person. My girl cousin didn't even have whatever the fuck this entity had on. My girl cousin had on like fucking pink and like some boots and shit and like gloves because we was outside playing in the snow. The legs and like what I saw, it was like brown, like khaki pants, and it was like some fucking sandals or something. I'm like, bye. Like, I'm like, who the fuck is that? Like, bitch, finna freak the fuck out. Like, as my brother and my cousin is looking, I finally turn and we just like, cause I keep emphasizing on what I see, because what my brother saw was totally different. And that's what the fuck to this day just stays in my head. And I even be asking him and he be like, I don't know, bruh. Yes, you do. I be so ready to grab him and shake him. Yes, you do. Don't let these fucking people medicate you and tell you, nah, bro, you just tripping. It ain't no say. Yes, the fuck it is, bitch. Do you know how much shit the human eye cannot fucking see? Y'all cannot tell me it is not probably a whole nother world that we can't see and touch. Y'all can't fucking tell me it's not. It's no fucking way. So what I see is basically from the waist and down. I see like legs and I see feet going up the steps. But like slowly, like not sinister on no goddamn creepy, it's a demon in this bitch. So I turn back around and I'm looking at my brother because I'm like, call daddy. Like, oh fuck, like, whoosh. Little bitch start hyperventilating, like, bitch, I'm finna go into photosynthesis in a second. Like, bitch, fuck, bitch. Because like, I was just so like lost for words. I just turned back and I looked at my brother and like his eyes started to water. And bitch, being a little girl, that's gonna make you cry. To see your older brother cry. But what's me and my brother age gap? I don't fucking know. I just know he's older. If I'm 24 right now, my brother gotta be like 28. To see your older brother, like his eyes started tearing up, and I'm a little girl and I'm looking at him like, what the fuck did you see? Because if you saw what I saw, bitch, I'm gonna freak the fuck out. And like I just previously said, little kids see like a lot of shit that like adults and people our age don't see, because little kids are just so sensitive to everything. They have not yet been tainted and fucking brainwashed by society. You dig what I'm saying? But for my brother to see it, do you understand how powerful that entity had to be to just be like, I'm gonna show everybody my true form. You fools, this isn't even my final form. I said, man, what the fuck? So I'm looking at my brother and he's still just looking at the steps, and even like my little boy cousin, like he not saying shit, but he's just looking, and I'm like, what in the fuck are we, brother? And I finally just like, I tapped him and like he blinked and like the tears just fall down his face. And I'm looking at him and I'm scared as fuck. I was a little ass girl. I'm still a little ass girl. Bitch, I'm talking about I was a little ass girl. Bitch, you still a little ass girl. I be scared as fuck sometimes. I be having to tell my ancestors relax. Hold on. I love y'all, but watch it. Fuck around and have a heart attack. Hold on, bro. I scare easily. Like, for someone who just loves scary movies, and I love Halloween so fucking much, I scare easily. Hold on, bro. Like, you gotta approach shit slow with me. I finally tapped my brother, and I'm like I couldn't say shit because I'm just looking at him, and he's like, he not like boo-hoo crying, but what he just saw made him like tear up. So I'm looking like, I'm finna call daddy. If you don't know what the fuck to do, I'm finna call my daddy. My daddy know what to do. He's a grown man. Like, he knows what to do. I feel like grown men know what the fuck to do. Like, I started going towards the house phone, and my brother's like, nah. He was like, chill. So I'm talking to my brother. My boy cousin on the couch, he ain't said shit. My other girl cousin, she's still outside in the back running around, having the time of her life by herself. The other girl cousin was somewhere in the house, in the bathroom. I'm like, we all gotta get the fuck out. Me thinking the way I think, I told y'all I be ready to get the fuck on. I don't like people and I don't like strangers. Put me in a situation with the people and strangers, child, bitch, I'm getting the fuck out of there. Don't play with me. Like, I can hear his voice like quivering, and like his fucking voice started to crack a little bit, and I'm like, what was that? Like, who was that? And my brother was like, I don't know. What the fuck? So why you telling me to chill? I'm finna grab these car keys. Finna grab these car keys to this big ass van, and we finna drive this big ass van right on back to Atlanta. Bye, daddy. You better catch a flight, nigga. My brother like kept me from the phone. My brother was like, daddy ain't seen his family in a minute. Like, just chill. Like, don't ruin it. And especially don't ruin it for nothing like this, because we not even too sure what just happened. I told him, I said, it's somebody in this house. Like, what do you mean we not too sure what just happened? He said, I don't think it's nobody in the house, bro. I think we just tripping. I looked at my brother in his face. I said, we both tripping. And this is what I mean when I say all black people are spiritually sensitive. It's just like 30% of y'all be wanting to write shit off as like you just fucking tripping. And I don't like that. Because how you gonna tell somebody what the fuck they see, feel, hear, and know? How you gonna tell people like some shit like that? And I hate that. I hate that for our fucking, like, our race. Because all these other fucking races, if y'all notice, like, lately I've been bringing up like a lot of black and white. I'm just so pro-black. I'm black by popular demand. I love it here. Lately I just been like noticing a lot of shit when it comes to us, and then when it comes to other races, and I just be like, that shit lame. Because when it's us, y'all be like dogging our ass. But when somebody else do it, y'all love it. Y'all eat it up. You dig what I'm saying? And it's just making me think about, like, when black people say we see certain shit, or we heard certain shit, or this is that is this, and I see people like this, and I talk to people like this, y'all be like, no the fuck you don't. How you gonna tell somebody what the fuck they do? My nigga, you know what I'm saying? But then when like a white person come, y'all be like, oh my goodness, write a book, write a scary movie. Oh my God, we gotta turn this into a screenplay. You know what I'm saying? I don't like shit like that. Like, even with like fucking Hispanics and shit, Hispanic people have so many like fucking like different deities and like different like mythological fucking creatures that like they culture fucking believes in. I think they got like something called like a duendu. If you're Hispanic, correct me. I think y'all got something called like a fucking duendus, and y'all got fucking La Lenora. Y'all got all types of fucking shit, bro. Y'all fucking cool as shit. And you know, like, white people got like Bigfoot. real shit, nah, like real shit. White people got like fucking Bigfoot, and they got like fucking Loch Ness monster, and just all types of just, you know, Mothman. But then when black people come in, we be like, I saw this, I see this, I saw that, and I know this. And I talk to all types of African deities, and I see African deities, and I talk to dead people. I can talk to spirits, I can sense spirits, I can sense when someone is about to die. Y'all be like, no, you're just schizophrenic. Bitch, but even if they are, do you know like the percentage of black people who say this shit? So you mean to tell me that all black people are schizophrenic? Well, shit, we could be. All this goddamn trauma. Because, you know, trauma don't erase. It just get passed down, my nigga. All this trauma from, like, slavery and shit, it's a possibility. Trauma don't fucking erase. It just gets passed down, my nigga. Especially if you're not trying to fix it and get rid of it. That shit just gonna pass down. But even when people say shit to people like that, like, no, you're just schizophrenic. Okay, and like, I feel like that's just so ignorant to tell somebody, because they not crazy. Like, I don't know about y'all, but like, I feel like people like with disorders and shit, I feel like they don't be fucking crazy. Like me personally, medically, I was diagnosed with manic depression, and it's basically another word for bipolar depression. So one minute I'm happy as fuck, the next minute I'm sad as shit, the next minute I'm fucking just like dun, 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 dun. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, and y'all can see it in my videos, and that's why people be like, you have such a big personality. No, I'm mentally mentally, bitch, I'm trying to keep it together, my nigga. That's why I have to do so fucking much with myself, because I know if I don't do a lot with myself, it would just drive me into the middle of fucking traffic and I would just lay down. You get what I'm saying? But I just kind of feel like when people tell black people like, no, you don't know that, it's just this about you. Even if it is, and you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't like when people like try and make it seem like having a disorder is just something negative. Because some of the coolest fucking people have like different types of disorder. Like, was it Mac Miller? I think Mac Miller was autistic. I think Eminem is autistic. You know what I'm saying? And not just saying like, not just using autism as like an example, but do you know how many people that we probably look up to, or like that we're probably fans of? Or do you know how many people you work with, how many people you encounter every fucking day? The people that the people that you slept with, your current partner right now that you're probably sleeping with, your mom, your dad, your daughter, your child, your son, your aunties, uncles, grandparents. Do you know how many of us probably have some shit and is undiagnosed? Because like I said, black people do not like going to therapy because we feel like it's nothing wrong with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when people be like, oh no, you probably just fucking crazy. Probably, bitch, and you probably are too. So what the fuck is we even talking about, bitch? Like I said, I talk to my ancestors. I be ready to black out on somebody. How the fuck you gonna tell me what the fuck I'm not doing? Bitch, you telling me that you talk to a white man in the sky. Shut the fuck up. The fuck? I'm freaking out. My brother's freaking out internally, but he not trying to show that shit, but I know he freaking out. You my brother, bitch. I feel everything in you and on you. I know my brother freaking out, but like he said, daddy rarely see his family, so like don't fuck this up. Like just relax. And I'm looking at my brother and I'm like, it's somebody in the house. And my brother's like, it ain't nobody in the house. So I asked my brother, I said, did you not just see that person going up the steps? And my brother looked at me like I said something foreign. He looked at me up and down. He said, huh? I said, you didn't just fuck these chills. Chills running through my body, shivering down my spine. You see, you see that? I just told y'all that's that manic shit. So my brother was like, he's looking at me like I just said something fucking foreign. And I was like, you didn't just see somebody walking up the steps? He looking at me, he said, wasn't nobody walking up the steps? And I asked my brother straight up, I said, so what did you see? And he said, it was a man. It was a man sitting on the steps. I damn near shit my panties. Stomach started turning because I'm scared. and my stomach wasn't turning because like I said, I didn't feel anything sinister in this house, but that's scary as fuck. To just be in a house and there's somebody in there and you don't know who the fuck it is, that's not scary to y'all. Imagine just being in your house just like playing or you doing chores and you see somebody's body just going up the steps. That would make you just want to like run out that bitch, right? So my brother said it wasn't nobody walking up the steps, it was a man sitting on the steps. And I'm looking at him and I start crying harder. He started grabbing me. He's like, bro, chill, man. Come on, man. Ain't that serious, bro? I said, bro, it's somebody. Like, bro, I'm crying in his arms. Like, this nigga holding me and I'm crying in his arms because I'm scared. I don't like strangers. I'm telling this nigga straight up. I said, I'm gonna call daddy. Like, I'm calling daddy. He's like, no, bro, no. And I finally like, I kind of like gathered myself together, but I'm still crying. And I told him what I saw. I even went to the steps and I reenacted it. I said, I saw two legs going up the steps. And I said, I didn't see the top of his, like I didn't see his waist and up. So I can't even fucking tell you if it was a man. But the legs and the pants, oh fuck. Shit. The legs and the pants and the shoes, it looked manly. It's giving masculine. You dig what I'm saying? I said, that's what I saw going up steps. Like, imagine daddy going up the steps. I was like, that's what I saw. I said, but it's not daddy because daddy's not here. And my brother's like, that's not what I saw, bro. And I'm just looking at, every time he say that, I just want to punch him and just call my daddy. Like, you're not going to keep me from not calling my daddy. Stop playing with me. So my brother went to the steps too. My brother went to the steps and he went and reenacted what he saw. So my brother sat down on the steps. And these are the steps, right? I gotta turn to the side so I can show y'all. My brother sat down on the steps and he was like, I saw a man sitting on the steps and he was like this. And I said, that's not what the fuck I saw. I said, fuck no. And he was like, yeah, that's what I was staring at. Like I was watching the man like sit on the steps. And I said, no, when I turned around, I saw a man walking up the steps, but I only saw the lower half of his body. So I asked my brother, I said, what does he look like? Like, if he was like this from the side, then you can see, y'all see my fucking side profile. Sexy as fuck, I know. Real hot girl real shit. But real shit, I was like, if you saw him like this, that means you saw a side profile. I said, what does he look like? And my brother was like, he was black. Motherfucker, I would hope so. I would hope it would be a black man, not no goddamn white man in this building. I kind of feel like if it was an intruder, I feel like I would rather deal with like somebody by color versus like a white person. Keep that between us. He was like, it was a black man. And I was like daddy color? And he was like, nah. Cause my daddy is darker. My daddy like not dark skin, but my daddy darker. And I was like daddy color? And he said, nah, like not like black like you and me. Well, motherfucker, didn't like what? It's another form of black out this bitch. Black 2.0, nigga, like black the remix. Like I said, it's another form of black out this bitch. Like what? He was like, I imagine you outside. And I said, yeah, I just was. I'm finna go back, bitch, and I'm finna run. I'm finna run away. And he was like, imagine you outside and you playing with your shadow. And I'm like, I'm playing with my shadow. My brother said it was a black man, but it was a shadow. Like he was black because he was a shadow. I didn't see pupils. I didn't see like the white part. I didn't see no eyes. Like I couldn't see if he would have had like tattoos. I couldn't see if he had like a beard. I couldn't see the color of his eyebrows. I couldn't see no form of fucking color. It was like a shadow. And I said, you saw a shadow? And he said, yeah, it was like a shadow man. And he was sitting like this. And I said, no, that's not what I saw, bro. I said, I saw the bottom half of a man walking up the steps. And my brother was like, yeah, he had on some brown khaki looking pants, and he had on like some sandals. And I said, yes, like you could see the color of his clothes, but like himself, he was a shadow. And we sitting there going back and forth with each other, and I'm trying to tell my brother like, no, that's not like how black people do us now. I'm telling my brother like, no, fuck no. And now that I'm like reliving it, I feel kind of bad. Me now, when I be telling certain people certain shit, and I be like, I see this, I see that, they be like, bro, no you don't, you cap. And I just be like, what the fuck? Like, how you gonna tell me what the fuck I see? Now I feel kind of bad, because like that's how I was with my brother. But I'm not telling him like you didn't see, like I'm not telling him like you didn't see that, like you're making it up. I'm telling him like you didn't see that because that's not what I saw. And now it just don't make sense to me, because why do we see him doing two different things? And now now me being a person that I am, shadow people are real. Like, y'all remember in one of my other videos, I don't remember what video it was, but I asked y'all if y'all were at the point in your spiritual journey where you see shadow people, because I am. I see them, and I just be like, it is what it is. I'm just playing. I don't really like interact with them. I don't say shit. I just, cause what the fuck, what you want me to fucking whisper like the little boy from the fucking, what was that shit called, The Sixth Sense? I see dead people. Fuck no. So somebody can grab me and admit me to a fucking crazy house? No, I be keeping shit to myself. Like, I really only tell like Anastasia. I tell Anastasia a little bit sometimes, but I don't really tell her too much because she's soft and I don't want to scare her. And I be on my podcast talking about it. Like, if I see some shit while I'm on my podcast, I'll say it out loud, because like, what the fuck y'all gonna do, arrest me? Bitch, if you don't believe, you don't believe. I'm not gonna make you believe, bitch. I can't make you believe in some shit you don't believe in. But me personally, I know what the fuck I'm seeing, and I know what the fuck I'm not seeing. Female cousin, she was still outside in the back playing, having the time of her life. Like, the bitch never came in the house. But my little boy cousin, he was on the couch too, and he was also looking when we all was looking. But it just slipped me and my brother mind to ask him what he saw, because we both was just freaking the fuck out. So I went back outside with my girl cousin. She's still running around. She still turned up playing. And the other girl cousin finally came back from peeing or boo-booing. I don't know what she was doing, but it took her a little minute. I'm like, girl, you was up there shitting. Smoking back here taking a shit. That's what I wanted to yell out when I seen her. I'm like, he was in there shitting. Stinking booty ass. So he was in there shitting, and then he gonna come back out. Look, here, it's so nasty. He gonna come back outside and start playing, running around, smelling like fucking house spray and faint boo boo. I said, ugh. I didn't want to play no more. And they was asking me, they was like, what's wrong? What's wrong? Like, come. And I was like, I don't want to play no more. And they was like, what's wrong? And I said, I'm scared, bro. And the one that was boo booing, she said, you must have seen the shadow, man. That shit y'all not, like, on some scary movie shit. Like, you know, like when the little white girl see a ghost and she be like, look, daddy, a ghost. Like, and like me, if I was in that situation, in that scary movie, bitch, I'm getting the fuck out of there. But you know, like, it'd be a movie, so they'd be like, oh, and then the music get all suspenseful and it'd be like, you know, it's some real movie shit. But legit, like, my cousin was like, you must have seen a shadow, man. And I'm looking at her. She looking at me. I'm looking at them. We looking at we. I said, what, bitch? I said, huh? And she said, you saw the shadow man. And I got quiet. I didn't say shit. I said, and then the other cousin, she was like, no, she was like, that's what you saw the shadow man. She's like, you don't gotta be scared. He don't do nothing to us. He just live here. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I didn't see a shadow man. I saw pants. Sounds scary as fuck, right? I saw pants. Pants that don't belong to none of us, bitch. That sounds scary as shit. I said, I didn't see no shadow man. I saw pants. And I said, my brother said that he saw a man sitting on y'all steps like this. And she was like, yeah, that's a shadow man. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I didn't see a shadow man. I saw pants going up the steps. And she said, yeah, his room used to be upstairs in the attic. He was just going to his room. These motherfuckers just talking about this nigga like he living here paying bills. I said, fuck. The fuck is this, bitch? The fuck, I feel like I'm on the phone with Madam Cleo. Like, I'm like, are you a spiritual advisor? Like, getting scared as shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why are y'all talking about this like it's normal? So then the little boy cousin finally come outside. And he was like, I don't want to watch TV with your brother no more. He crying. I said, man, fuck. Punk. Nah, sissy. Nah, just playing. He came out there. He was like, I don't want to watch TV with your brother no more. He crying. And I was like, did you see what we saw? And he said, yeah, y'all saw the shadow man. And I said, well, why didn't you say anything when me and him was both just in there like crying? And he was like, because y'all probably wouldn't believe me anyway. Like, why would I say something? I just have to let you experience him. I don't want to experience no fucking shadow. Like, what the fuck? Experience? Like, shit ain't goddamn Six Flags. Talking about I want you to experience it. Like, it's amusement park. This shit ain't amusing, bitch. I'm scared as fuck. Bitch, I'm panicking. Frantic, freaking out, bitch. Fuck. Bro, like, these niggas just, like, legit talking about this shit like it's normal. Like, other cousin, she's like, yeah, he lived here and, like, his room used to be in the attic. He used to be a slave. And, you know, when we came in here, my grandpa blessed our house, but like this one spirit just never left. And we just started calling him the shadow man because sometimes we see him and every time we see him, he's really, really black, like a shadow. And I'm just sitting here and I'm looking around and I start asking questions because bitch, now you got my brain racing. It's always racing, but bitch, you got this bitch on speed racer. I'm asking questions. I said, y'all not scared of him? She said, why would we fear our own people? Like, he don't be doing nothing to us. Like, he don't come in there. It's like, it's not like he knocking stuff over, just being like extra. Like, he don't be like, boom, boom. Y'all know paranormal activities scare the piss out of me. Like, for that movie to just be so low budget, they didn't show no type of demon, nothing. But to hear that motherfucker walking, I was in that movie theater about to have a fucking brain aneurysm screaming so loud. I said, this is some scary shit. In my Brenda voice, this some scary shit, girl. And she was like, he don't be like knocking stuff over. He don't mess with us. He don't do this. He don't do that. She was like, we just see him every now and then. Sometimes I see him at the end of my bed sitting down. Then he'll get up and he'll leave. Sometimes we see him in the kitchen, he'll just be standing there. Sometimes we see him in the cellar and then we just close the cellar door back. Sometimes we see him in the driveway. Just like he don't do nothing. Like we just let him just do what he do. Like, and my granddaddy even came back because we started telling our mama and our auntie, we started telling them like, we be seeing a man. She's like, my granddaddy came back and my granddaddy told us like, it's not a bad spirit, it's a good spirit, so leave him alone. And bitch, my stomach was just like trying to like understand what it was being like fed. I'm like, so it's a spirit in this motherfucker, y'all just letting it walk around? And I'm just like, okay, it's a lot to take in. So I just left them out there. They started playing. Like I said, my boy cousin came outside because he didn't want to be around my brother no more. So I went in there to my brother and my brother was like, he goddamn, you know when niggas stressed out, they get the goddamn you know a nigga stressed out, they hit one of these, boy. That's how my brother was in the house walking around. And I went in there, I talked to him, and I was like, he told me you was in here crying. He was like, man, hell yeah, I'm scared as shit. I said, me too, nigga. We in this motherfucker together. I'm scared as fuck, boy. Like, I know some shit scary when my brother is scared. That nigga don't fear shit. So I know some shit scary when that nigga say he's scary. So I'm in there talking to him, and he was like, yeah, he just told me it's a man. They just let him do whatever. And I'm just looking at him, and I'm like, that's not scary to you? He said, nah, it's scary, but like, if they say leave him alone, leave him alone. I'm like, oh shit, they ain't got to tell me that part twice. But what I'm saying is like, what do you mean, bro? Like, y'all just got this motherfucker just in the house like this, like. And now me being the person that I am, it makes so much sense now. Because just leave them alone. If they're not fucking with you, they're not harming you, leave them alone. A lot of times I feel like spirits come to people because they want us to deliver a message to someone who's still living, maybe like a loved one. Or maybe they even just like come just because they can. Like, what the fuck is stopping them? Like, who's holding them back? You get what I'm saying? Like, is it a goddamn gatekeeper in the spirit world? Like, Like, I feel like them motherfuckers, they so powerful. If they want to roam out that bitch, they can. And like, not even that, like, I remember when my nephew passed away, the one I have tattooed right here. When he passed away, it was so much going on in my house. Like, damn, y'all finna get like 2 story times in one. Okay, so listen. Kinda like it though, like with my daddy and his family in Iowa, they basically just had, it was the spirit of a slave. And he just, like they said that was his house. Like, that was his house before. So they was just like, leave him alone. Like, he ain't bothering y'all. He ain't here fucking shit up. It ain't like he picking up glass and Y'all know in scary movies, they be so aggressive. In scary movies, they be making spirits just so fucking aggressive. But like, even in the real world, it do get that bad. But like, hey, look, between us, I'm finna tell y'all some real shit. Have y'all ever seen a black person going through like a possession? Think about it before you fucking answer, bitch. Why am I whispering? Look, real shit. Have you ever seen a black person be possessed, or like an exorcism movie, or like, have you ever, like, even being younger and like YouTubing, I used to YouTube all types of shit because I was just a curious child. Every time I would type in like possessions and exorcisms, like real, caught on camera, every time I would type it in, it would be white people or Hispanic people. I have never seen a black person. Like, you get what I'm saying? In scary movies, y'all know they just be so fucking aggressive. And yes, in real life as well, they're like, it's some spirits that are just fucking bad. But then there's some spirits who really just be like, itty woody. And that be my ancestors in the background of my videos. Itty woody. And look, you see? Did you see? You see, bro? I swear, bro. That's why, like, when people be like, nah, bro, it's just dust. Yeah, some of it is to you, but to me, I legit, like, I feel it when they be doing it. Like, every time I see one, it's like they coming through my body and doing it. They be like, idiot. That was kind of it though with like my daddy family in Iowa. Like, because even when my daddy came back and like my auntie, my great auntie and their mama came back or whatever, they was just like, oh yeah, you know, just he all right. Like, he ain't bothering us. He ain't making no trouble. He ain't messing nothing up. He ain't rude. He ain't, you know, evil. He ain't none of that, you know? And I was just like, shit. Relieved. You know the meme of SpongeBob? Bitch, that was me. I said, fuck. Just as long as he don't come in his bathroom while I'm in his showering, we good. So I just want to tell y'all, this is not necessarily a story time, but it's just something I want to add on to that. And when my nephew passed away, the one that I have tattooed right here, when he passed away, I remember we went to Florida for his funeral. And like, before his funeral, we were staying at one of my, this was my mama's side. So now we in Florida on my mama's side. We were staying at one of my auntie's houses, her apartment. We was in her apartment. She was at her house. But my auntie has an apartment and she basically just like let us stay in there, I guess, or something. I don't know. I was younger, so I really don't remember vividly. But I remember we were in her apartment. I was on a couch. My sister and her husband, and which niece was it? My first niece, my oldest niece. My sister, her husband, and my oldest niece, because at the time they only had one child. They was all in the room sleeping together. And then my mom and my daddy was like in another room sleeping together. And then my brother was somewhere like on the floor or something. And I was on a couch. The way the couch was laying was like this way. So the couch was facing the kitchen, my auntie kitchen or whatever. And my auntie, I feel like all black people do this. Do y'all leave y'all kitchen light on? Not like no big ass kitchen light, but like the kitchen light above the sink or above the stove. My auntie left that on, right? So this was like fresh. Like, this was like fresh when my nephew passed away. This was like maybe like 2 days after he passed away. My auntie had a lunchbox. Fuck, I'm getting chills. My auntie had a lunchbox in her kitchen. And the lunchbox was nowhere near the edge. Like, it was nowhere near the fucking edge. It was like on the middle of the kitchen counter. Like, just on the counter. And like I said, it's like not no goddamn, he picked it up. Where y'all at? It wasn't no shit like that. But like, I just know it was my nephew. Because like me and him used to play so much when we was younger. And like I always say, my family's so old that 2 of my nephews and 1 of my nieces is older than me. That's how old my family is. Like, my sisters and my brothers were like having children while my mama was pregnant with me. My mama got pregnant with me when she was 43, and my sister was like, she had already had my nephew that passed away. So anyway, I had to be like, I was in 8th grade when my nephew passed away, but my nephew was like 19 when he passed away, right? So anyway, the lunchbox in the kitchen, you know how some lunch boxes got the little thing, like a purse, like the little thing that you carry. You can throw it on your shoulder, you can throw it around, carry it, right? The carrier part. That was like being fucked with. Like, it was like, it looked like, I'm not gonna say somebody because I know it was him. It looked like he was trying to like pick it up. Like fuck. Imagine like a fucking strap on like a briefcase or a suitcase. That part was being fucked with in the kitchen. I shit y'all not, I'm laying on a couch and I'm just watching all this. Like, I'm laying on a couch facing the kitchen watching this shit happen. And I'm just like, please. Because I know it was him. Like I always say, I can feel when something is sinister, and I can feel when something is legit, just like they curious and like they just want to come and like let you know, like, I'm always gonna be with you. And like, I didn't feel like, I was scared because like I wasn't as in tune as I am now. Like, I was scared, but I didn't feel scared like, ooh, that motherfucker gonna grab my ankle and snatch me off the couch. Fuck no, it wasn't nothing like that. But I was scared. So I'm watching this lunchbox be fucked with. Like, I'm watching the thing like lift up and drop back down, like repeatedly. And then the lunchbox kind of like scooted. And I'm like, listen, please, I love you, but I'm scared. Hold on. Like, this is why I be talking about, like, my ancestors, like, y'all gotta hold on. Like, do shit slowly, you do what I'm saying? So, like, that was one thing my daddy told me. Like, I remember my daddy told me when my nephew passed away, we had this rug near our basement. And one thing about my nephews was always at our house because my sister would always bring them over and they would always spend the night with us. So, my parents' house. So my daddy told me, like, a few weeks after my nephew had been deceased or whatever, the rug near the basement door is somebody was like pulling on it, but from the basement. So like the door to the basement is like a rug right in front. And my daddy was like, he was sitting in the kitchen, and he was in the kitchen by the cook or whatever, and he could see the rug like being pulled on. And then he was like, he heard my nephew basically saying like, granddaddy, granddaddy. But he was like, it sounded like an echo. And he was like, I just talk back to him. Like, why I gotta be scared? Like, I know that's mine. I'm like, period. Like, this is why I be telling people, like, why y'all be so scared? And especially, why do y'all listen to people when they be like, oh, you worship and you talk to your ancestors? That's demonic. Who the fuck brainwash y'all so much to the point where y'all think your own bloodline is demonic? Bitch, if you think your ancestors is demonic, bitch, you're demonic. Like, obviously, y'all was doing some demonic shit. Because, bitch, me personally, ain't shit demonic about my goddamn family. Some of us throwed off. Some of us fucking crazy, yes. But it ain't shit demonic going on over the fuck here, bitch. Y'all keep worshiping and getting lied to and worshiping all this other crazy shit. I'm gonna be right on over here. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So like, my daddy was like, he was in the kitchen and he seen a rug being like tugged at, and then he was like, granddaddy, granddaddy. And my daddy was like, I just said, hey, like, what I'm gonna be scared for? And then I remember one thing. This is how I knew it was my nephew, because something so vividly about my nephew, like nobody else knew, and I never told my sisters or nothing. I used to always, even when I was young, I was so close to my nephew. Even when I was young, when I was like in like 6th grade. My nephew was like probably like 15 at the time when I was in 6th grade. And I would always tell him, he used to always ask me like, what you want to be when you get older? And I used to tell him, I don't know yet. Like, I'm not too sure yet. And I used to tell him like, sometimes it's hard to know because I don't like school. Like, I remember that would like literally be our conversations. Like, I will always tell my nephew, I do not like school. And I still feel this way. And I know he'd be like, bro, just like relax. You already graduated. But I hate school. Like, every time me and him got to talking, I would always like say this to him. Like, he would see me, I would see him, and he'd be like, how's school? And I'd be like, it's stupid. I don't like it. And he will always tell, because my nephew played football. Like, damn, if my baby ain't passed away, that motherfucker was gonna be in the NFL. I don't give a fuck. He was going to the NFL, my nigga. But he played football, and he always every time we talk, he always told me, focus on school. School is important. Focus on school. I know you don't like school, but focus on school because it's gonna help you so much. I hate school, and I always used to tell him I hate it. But every time we linked up, every time we had like a family reunion, or my sister just brought him over on the weekend, he would always tell me, I know you hate school, but focus on school. Finish school. School. He was so adamant about fucking school. When I got to my senior year of high school, I hated it. Like, I always told y'all, like, fuck, I'm talking about my senior year. Bitch, 9th, 10th, and 11th. A 9th, 10th, and 11th. A bitch was ready to give up. Like, I'm surprised I did not drop out. Like I told y'all in one of my previous videos, I would go to school Monday, stay home Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, go to school Friday. And it would, like, switch up throughout the week. I hate fucking school. I hated it. But when I got to my senior year especially, I hated it. Like, I was so close to dropping out. And I used to just sit there and think, like, bitch, do you know how much, like, of, like, a loser you would be if you drop out on your final year? Me personally, anybody who dropped out on your final year, you're not a fucking loser. And bitch, it's just obviously that wasn't meant for you. That's not the route you were supposed to go down. You did what I'm saying? But me personally, that's what I was thinking about myself. I'm like, do you know how much of a loser you would be if you drop out on your final year? Bitch, just go to school. And I would tell myself that all the time, but I would just be like, man, fuck this. What am I going to school for? I don't even know what I want to do in life. Like, this shit is stupid. They don't teach me real shit. I hate it. And I think my depression was starting to kick in. Like, I wasn't too sure what it was, but now that I'm, like, able to, like, get my own therapist and like go to therapy and figure shit out and learn shit about myself, now I know that it was depression. So I remember, like, my bed would shake. And it's so crazy because anytime my nephew came, anytime he came over, he would always come in my room and come in there and fuck with me. Cause I would always be cooped up in my room. I hated being out, like out in the family room, in the living room. It's not that I hated it, it's just more so I just wanted to be to myself. And anytime my nephew came over there, he would come straight in, say hey to everybody. And he would ask for me, where is, and he would say my name. And they'd be like, she in her room. He would come up the steps and just barge in. He don't knock, nothing, just come in. And then he would sit on my bed, and I had a bunk bed. I had a top and I had a bottom. I would always be on the bottom. And the way he would sit, he would bounce, just playing too much. Always playing. That's your problem now. You always playing. He would come and he would sit and he would bounce like this. And then he would just start talking to me. How's school? School. And then school. And he would just be sitting on my bed doing this the whole time. So my senior fucking year, I hated school. My senior year, I would purposely miss the bus. Because if I missed the bus, I'm not going to school. My daddy at work, my mama at work. Sometimes my daddy would be home to wake me up sometimes. But then I would get on the phone and I would call my mama and I would be like, can you tell daddy that I don't want to go to school today? And sometimes my mama would fuck with it. Sometimes my mama would be like, yeah. And she would call my daddy and be like, just leave her alone. And then sometimes my mama would be on my daddy's side and be like, get your ass up and go to school. But purposely, I would miss the bus, like, because I did not want to deal with it. So I remember it would be days I would just be laying in my bed and I would hear my alarm go off and I would just turn it off and I would just lay there and stare until I fell back asleep. Like, I would just stare into blankness until I fell back asleep. And I remember I did it so fucking much that once I started falling back asleep, my bed would be doing this. And I'm like, what the fuck? Because at first I was like, bitch, is it an earthquake? Like, I used to legit, like, jump up like it's an earthquake. But then I would be like, hold on. Because it was always the same time. Soon as that alarm go off, if I don't get my ass up, my bed would be like this. And I would be like, okay. I'm getting up. I don't fucking want to, but okay. Like, and that's how I knew it was my nephew. Because every time he would come in my room, that's what he would do. He would barge his tall ass in there, sit on my bed and be like, school, how's school? How's this? How's that? What's your favorite subject? What's your grades looking like? Just like fucking with me. And I shit y'all not, I put this on everything I love. I put this on everything I love. Like, every time I would try and close my eyes and go back to sleep and just lay there and be like, I'm not going to school, fuck school. My bed would be, and it used to scare the fuck out of me because it would be right next to me. Like, I would be laying down and I would feel like warmth on like the side of my body. Like, as if like he was sitting, like he's sitting on the edge, but he almost like so close to me that I can feel him. And I would hop up and be like, okay, okay, because like sometimes it would catch me off guard, but then sometimes I would have to remember, like, what are you scared for? You know what I'm saying? And like, that's one thing I always think about when like black people be like, oh, that shit demonic. No, it's not. It's not. Like, you want to know what's demonic? Like, read out that fucking book that they used to like read out of when they used to lynch our fucking ancestors and feed the babies to crocodiles and like, just, no, bitch, that's demonic. That seems demonic to me. That shit seems like a cult to me, my nigga. What I'm practicing, what I believe in, I love it here. It's beautiful. It's all sunshines and fucking rainbows. Ain't shit demonic happen. Never will, bitch, because these motherfuckers love me. As you can see, they never leave me alone. Every time I get on this bitch, they all in the background like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, when people be like, oh, you don't know your ancestors, they're old as hell. Like, how do you know them? When did I ever like specifically say I'm talking about the ones from slavery time? Yes, it could be them. It's a lot of them motherfuckers. It could be them, but also I mean the ones who just recently passed away, my cousin, the ones who passed away a few years ago, my nephew, the ones who passed away also a few more years ago, my uncles, my aunties. Like, if y'all just shut the fuck up and learn and read before you fucking talk, bitch, you would know what the fuck people be on here talking about. But anyway, y'all, that was it for this story time. It's long as fuck, but it's okay. Shout out to my subscriber for like asking, do I have any paranormal story times? If this didn't scare you, I don't know. Sorry, it scared the shit out of me to stand here and fucking tell it. Fuck, bitch, scared the shit out of me. I'm in here like, it's a black man. No, fuck, what do you mean? Like, it was a black man, but it wasn't a black man. It was a black man, but it was a shadow. What the fuck does that mean, nigga? It's a new form of black out this bitch. Like, it had me scared as fuck. But that was it for this story time. Moral of the story, whatever you believe in, bitch, believe in it. Don't let nobody make you believe in something differently. If it works for you, then it's for you. You dig what I'm saying? Christianity just wasn't for me. Like I told y'all in one of my Taco Tuesday videos, it just wasn't for me. Like I felt myself like just like depleting. I felt like my battery just like bloop, bloop, bloop. And you know, once I like tapped into all like these crystals, like that's what people be like, oh, you believe in rocks and you believe in crystals, and yes, I do. It works for me. Whatever works for you works for you, but I know what works for me, so thank you. Next caller. The fuck? Not for a moral of the story time. Whatever you believe in it. Whatever works for you, let it work for you. Don't never let nobody deter you off of your path and lead you to something else, because it may not be for you, my nigga. Spirituality is not for it's not for everybody, and that's fucking okay. Just like being religious is not for everybody. Stop trying to force that shit on everybody. It's not for everybody, my nigga. If you black and you watching this, remember that you are loved and you are very powerful and you are divinely guided and blessed, my nigga. Even if you don't want to talk to your ancestors, even if you think it's demonic and it's evil and it's witchcraft, just know that they're still in the background rooting for you. Another moral of the story is, if you are getting into spirituality, don't be out here just dipping and dabbing and shit. Calm down. You gotta take your time. You gotta put your pinky in this motherfucker before you just dive up in this bitch. Cause you gonna dive up in this bitch and you gonna wake up the damn Babadook. Y'all niggas gonna wake up fucking Valak from fucking The Conjuring. You better calm your ass the fuck down. Don't be letting these TikTok. Hey, I be seeing some shit on TikTok, and I be like, TikTok gonna fuck y'all up, boy. Y'all gonna have a demon in your house like fucking. All the fucking TikTok dances. That's what the demon gonna be in that bitch doing. Stop letting TikTok, stop letting TikTok lead y'all to this shit. This shit will come to you when it's ready for you. And even not, if you're ready for it, then okay, cool. That's lovely as well. But don't be all on TikTok doing all this shit. You see all these fucking bounding spells, love spells, buying crystals that's gonna get rid of this. Calm the fuck down. Like, relax, cause that's all I gotta say about that shit. You're gonna fuck around and fuck around, and you gonna fuck around. When you fuck around, you gonna fuck around. And them motherfuckers ain't gonna fuck around with you, I'm telling you. But yeah, last moral of this story is love yourself. That's the last moral of the story. Love yourself regardless of what you're going through. Love yourself regardless of if there is something wrong with you. Love yourself regardless of if you do have autism, or if you do have schizophrenia, or if you do have manic depression, or if you do have diabetes. I don't fucking know. Like, whatever is wrong with you mentally, that does not define who you are as a whole person, period. So, you know, if you ever hear somebody like talking down on somebody, or if they're talking about, oh, this and that and that and this, and those people are crazy, and if you just so happen to fall in that category that they're describing, you better spit on them. Spit on them niggas for real. So niggas can learn how to shut the fuck up and mind their goddamn business. Bitch, if you ain't seen it, then you ain't seen it. Lame bitch. Probably don't want to show themselves to you because you so fucking lame. Penile gland all blocked. Chakras out of whack. You're drinking soda. fuck. Out here eating all this goddamn fast food. Then gonna get mad at people like me when I say I see this and I feel that. No, you don't. Bitch, no, you don't. Okay, bye.